Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, and today we are taking a deep and detailed look at how Ukrainian drones caused huge disruption at a major Moscow airport reportedly used by President Vladimir Putin, and why this incident matters far beyond delayed flights and grounded aircraft. This event is not just about an airport shutdown or temporary chaos in air travel. It represents a powerful symbol of how modern warfare has expanded into areas once considered untouchable, including the heart of a country's civilian and political infrastructure. To understand the scale of this disruption, we first need to understand how important Moscow's airports are to Russia, both practically and politically, because these airports are not just travel hubs. They are strategic gateways connected to power, prestige, and security. Moscow is served by several major airports, and some of them are known to handle government flights, military, linked transport, and movements of top officials, making any disruption there especially sensitive and embarrassing for the Kremlin. When Ukrainian drones managed to trigger emergency responses around one of these airports, it immediately sent shockwaves through Russia's aviation system, forcing delays, diversions, and temporary closures that affected thousands of passengers. Flights were halted, incoming aircraft were diverted to other cities, and air traffic control went into high alert mode, all because of a threat that came not from missiles or fighter jets, but from relatively small, low-cost drones. This is one of the most striking features of the modern conflict, where cheap and agile technology is challenging some of the most expensive and complex defense systems in the world. For years, major airports, especially those used by political leaders, were assumed to be among the most heavily protected sites in any country, layered with radar systems, air defenses, and rapid response units. Yet drones have repeatedly shown that they can exploit gaps in these defenses, flying low, slow, and sometimes in swarms that make detection and interception extremely difficult. In this case, Ukrainian drones did not need to physically destroy the airport to cause massive disruption, because simply triggering a credible threat was enough to shut everything down. Airports operate on strict safety rules, and any unidentified or hostile object in nearby airspace forces authorities to suspend operations, no matter how confident they are in their defenses. This means that even a small number of drones can paralyze a major airport, grounding flights, stranding passengers, and creating logistical chaos that takes hours or even days to fully resolve. From Ukraine's perspective, this kind of operation delivers a powerful message, showing that Russian territory, even near the capital, is not completely safe from retaliation. It also demonstrates that Ukraine can impose costs far beyond the battlefield, affecting daily life, economic activity, and public confidence inside Russia. For ordinary Russians traveling through Moscow, the disruption was a stark reminder that the war is not something happening far away, but something that can reach into their own routines and plans. For the Russian government, the incident was even more troubling, because it challenged the narrative of total control and strong internal security that the Kremlin often promotes. When an airport linked to high-level officials is forced to shut down because of drone threats, it raises uncomfortable questions about the effectiveness of air defenses and intelligence systems. It also puts pressure on Russian authorities to explain how such drones were able to approach the capital region despite extensive surveillance and counter-drone measures. In response to incidents like this, Russia typically increases air defense deployments, tightens flight restrictions, and expands electronic warfare measures around key sites. However, these responses are expensive,